So Papa always talks about how losing Dadabai was the hardest thing for him, especially living without a dad, and how much a dad actually means. So he's always like, he wants to do things for us now. Like Papa wants to do things for me, Shrupa, Maisha now, because he knows what it feels like to not have a father, and he doesn't want us to go through the same thing that he did. So that's why he's always like trying his best to be the best father to us, because he knows what it's like to not have a father anymore. And I remember one time, the first time I saw Papa cry was when Dadabai died, and it was at his coffin, and I remember very clearly Papa was looking down and I was looking at him, and Dadabai was just laying there lifeless, and I understood because I just saw him lifeless in the box. Like, it was literally a wooden box and he was just in there, and those two white little things were up his nostrils, and I was just so shocked. And that's when I saw Papa breaking down while looking down at Dadabai, that's when I started crying. And then I couldn't stop crying, so they had to take us to a different room. I think it was me and Takia. And we were just throwing a tantrum and crying our eyes out. Because even at the age of 4, we could comprehend the death of Dadabai because of how close he was with us and how much he took care of us. Even Mamme, all the time, I don't eat fish anymore, I just don't like fish. But Mamme is always like, the only time I ate fish was when Dadabai fed me sutu mas and bat. And now, the other day, my mom made sutu mas and I was the only curry that was in the room, in the kitchen. And so I had that thinking of him, and I was like, wow, after all these years I had sutu mas again, and it's not Dadabai that's feeding me, but I still remember him. And I saw Dadabai and Dadi at our house. Like, our house is still living and standing, and I can see them there. I can see Dadi sitting in her kitchen chair, the one with the 2 bars. I can always see her spreading her avocado on the toast, putting sugar on it. Yeah. And the one core memory I have with Dadi and Dadabai is when they babysat me for a day, and Dadabai ran outside in his lungi and he caught a bird for me, and then he brought it to the door, and me and Dadi were standing right next to each other. He's like, look what I just got, and Dadi's like, let's send it back. And then and they took care of me that day. And there was also another time with Dadabai where, wait, are you gonna talk about this one about?
You can talk about it.
So basically, me and Takia, I think I bit Takia's arm because I got mad at her, and then
I ran crying to.
Oh wait, no! Before that, Takia bit my arm, and so she went to. So I bit her back, and then she went to complain to Dadabai. That's the only time Dadabai ever scolded me or yelled at me for anything, and it wasn't even my fault because she bit me first. And this is a moment that me and Takia always cherish and talk about forever now.